Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Let's code them up. Megha here again with all of you. Now that we have learned arrays and sets, it's time to finish collections by learning dictionaries. You can find links to the videos on arrays and sets in the description box below if you haven't already seen them. Dictionaries. What do you think about when you hear the word dictionary? Well, I think about the dictionaries, the English dictionaries we used when we were kids to find the meaning of words. I use them still, just that the dictionary is now on the internet. Think about how we used to search a meaning of the word, for example, rock in the dictionary. We will straight away go to the R section of the book, then search for the word starting with RO, and finally zero in on our word rock. Read its meaning and close. We wouldn't start with words starting with A, followed by B, followed by C, and so on to reach the word starting with R. That is going to take a lot of time. Am I right? We will just straight away jump to the words starting with R. One important point to note here is that rock is the key and its meaning is the value that we are searching for. We find the key, we find the meaning. Just like those English dictionaries, dictionaries in Swift are generally pairs or associations of keys and values. These keys and values can be of same type or different type. Also, every value is associated with a key which is now an identifier for that value. Like sets, dictionaries also have no ordering. A dictionary is written as a key-value pair. Example, a dictionary of antonyms as you can see in this slide. Here, hot will be a key and cold its value. The Swift dictionary type is written using dictionary key-value pair. This can also be written as only key-value pair. The latter form is the one which is widely used. Coming back to the playground, let's learn how to initialize and use these dictionaries. The first method of initialization, just like in arrays and Swift, uses the initializer syntax. Here we will use the antonym example. We write this will generate variable antonyms which can store keys of type string and values of type string. Currently it is initialized as an empty dictionary. Let's print this and see. The symbol here, colon in the square brackets, shows the dictionary is empty. Now comment this line and the print line also and initialize the dictionary and as empty using this. This throws an empty collection literal requires an explicit type error. This happens because the compiler doesn't know the type of keys and values. So we cannot use this way to initialize a dictionary. When we uncomment our first line, then remove var from this one, the error vanishes. Let's add few antonyms to our dictionary and remove the comment from print statement. We can see that antonyms now has these values and is not empty. Moving on to the second method to initialize dictionary using dictionary literal. Here we will initialize a grocery list for an example. String followed by colon followed by int shows that the grocery list is a dictionary with keys of type string and values of type integer. There is another point to note here. We don't need to specify the dictionary type as Swift can infer by itself. Let's comment this line and copy it here. Remove the string colon int. See, there is no error. Well, now we know how to initialize the dictionary. So let's have a look at the operations we can perform on it. The first operation is insert. We use subscript syntax to insert into dictionaries. In this method, we will use a new key having the same type as keys and assign to it new value having the same type as values. For our purpose, we will first print the grocery list. And click on the show result button here. Now we will add tomatoes and squash to our dictionary. We write this. Again, print grocery list. Click on the show result button here. See, potatoes and squash are already added to the dictionary. Next operation is remove. We will remove squash from our dictionary grocery list. One way is to use subscript syntax and assign the key which we want to delete a null value. Now, when we print the grocery list and click on the show result, we see that no squash exists in the dictionary. Another method is to use remove value for key function. For this one, let's remove carrots from our dictionary grocery list. Now, when we print the grocery list and click on show results, you can see carrots are removed from the dictionary. Next operation is count to know the size of our dictionary. We just have to write print grocery list.count. The answer is 3 as expected. Next and last operation is update. Let's print the grocery list once again. You see, tomatoes have a value of 12. We will change it to a value of 6. Again, one way is to use the subscript syntax and assign a new value to a key, like now print the grocery list again. Click on the show results button. See, the value for tomato is now 6. Next method is to use update value for key function. Let's change onions to 5 from 10. Print the grocery list again. Click on the show results button. See, the value for onions is now 5. This completes our dictionaries and collections part. Next video will be on the control flow. Do you have any questions or comments for me? do leave them in the comment section below. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Let's code them up. Thank you for watching. Tata, bye bye.